Hey everyone, welcome back to another adventure outside. Today we're in the Port of Ilwaco, Washington. Going to do a little bit of yoga for heart openers, working into some bigger back bends, starting to activate some of the posterior chain and some of those bigger muscles in the back side of the body, and then working on opening the chest and shoulders to prepare for some of those bigger heart openers towards the end. Everything here is optional. I'll be offering a lot of modifications, so feel free to just do whatever feels good for your body. So we'll go ahead and get started lying down. So move yourself to the center of your mat, lie flat on your back, get situated so you're nice and comfortable. I'd suggest starting with your knees bent, knees touching, and your feet apart. You can rest your hands down next to your sides, allow your chest to open, maybe bring your shoulder blades a little bit closer towards one another, and just take a couple deep breaths. Mentally coming into your practice, trying to let go of any distractions. Focus on your slow inhale as you fill up your lungs, and slow exhale as you empty out. Slow breath in to fill up, and slow exhale to empty out. Take 2 more really big breaths. Each time you inhale, focus on expanding a little bit more through your lungs, feeling a little stretch of your ribs. And when you exhale, really try to pull your belly button in towards your mat, squeezing all the old stale air out of your lungs. 1 more full round of breath. And after your exhale, separate your knees so they're hip-width distance apart. Firmly plant your feet on your mat with your heels roughly underneath your knees. You can stretch your hands down next to your sides and just brush your heels with your middle fingers to kind of get that placement for your feet. The knees are usually going to want to splay out a little bit wider than your hips, so really press down through the big toes and the insides of the feet. So we inhale, we're going to lift the hips and reach the arms high up over your head. Try to drive through your heels. So press your heels firmly down into your mat, lift your hips up towards the sky, and squeeze your butt on the way up. And then as you exhale, slowly lower down, bringing your butt down last and your palms down to meet the mat. We're going to move with breath. Inhales, hips and arms come up. Fill up your lungs. Try to keep your neck relaxed. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. 2 more just like that. Keep the knees in so they're working in towards one another, activating those inner thighs. Drive up through the heels and exhale, slowly lower down. 1 more lift as you inhale, reach your arms high up over your head. And exhale, slowly lower down. Keep your knees hip-width distance apart, your feet hip-width distance apart, and then just drop both of your knees to the right. Take a big breath here. Let it go. Back to the middle, fill up your lungs. And drop both knees to the left. Fill up your lungs, breathe in. And exhale, release. Back to the middle. Slowly bring your knees into your chest. Press your low back down into the mat and wrap your hands either around your shins, or if you can, wrap your forearms around your shins and grab your opposite hand. Tuck your chin slightly, keep your feet hip-width distance apart, and slowly start to pull your knees into your chest as you lightly press your shins up towards the sky. So a little bit of resistance. Activate your core. Pull your belly button down towards your mat so your low back is flat, and breathe. Full breath in. And a full breath out. You can bring your knees and feet together, rock from one side over to the other side, and then rock and roll forward to back a few times. Gain a little bit of momentum, and then rock yourself forward, cross your ankles, and step back so you're in a tabletop position. Come back in towards the center of your mat. Stack your shoulders right above your wrists and your hips right above your knees. Move your spine however it feels good in your body, whether that's big circles with your hips or a couple of cat and cow poses. Really exaggerate the movement of your spine. Move it in all directions. Include your neck. So move your head and your neck, ears to shoulders, chin to chest, and then lifting the chin. So once you've found a little bit of organic movement, come back to a stable tabletop pose. Feel nice and grounded and stable. And then as you inhale, reach your right arm forward. Really try to lengthen through the right side of the body, stretch, and then reach the left heel back. Lower your left hip and pull your belly in. Full breath in, try to lengthen both sides of your body. And as you exhale, curl into a tiny ball and touch your elbow to your knee. Pull your knee up into your chest and get as tight as you can in your core. Inhale, stretch forward with your right hand, reach your left heel back. Exhale, curl in. And one more reach. Get as long as you can with your body. And then hamstring curl your left heel in towards your butt. Lift your left leg a little bit higher. Pull your belly in. Full inhale, reach a little more with your right hand. And then as you exhale, both hands, both knees down. Move organically through the spine. Shift your hips back and forth. Couple rounds of breath. Get all the wiggles out. And then again, come back to your stable tabletop pose. Firmly plant both palms. Separate your knees so they're hip width distance again. And then this time reach the left arm forward, thumb points up, and reach the right leg back. Try to dial the right hip bone down so your hips are level. Reach a little bit longer with the left arm. Full breath in. And as you exhale, round in, crunch your belly up towards your spine, touch your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, get long and expand. Press through your back heel. And as you exhale, round in, pull the knee up tight towards the chest. One more time, inhale, stretch and reach. And as you exhale, hamstring curl your right leg in towards your butt. Lift a little bit higher up through the knee. Keep the hip dropped down and the belly in towards the spine. Reach a little bit forward with your left hand and exhale both hands, both knees to the ground. Move around, move your spine, move your head and your neck. Take a full breath in, look up, and as you exhale, tuck your toes and press your hips back. Reach your fingertips a little bit farther forward and press your chest down towards the mat. You should start to feel some nice opening through the sides of your body, into the shoulders a little bit. Try to roll your armpits down towards the mat and then lift your wrists a little bit higher. Full breath in, full breath out. See if you can get your chest a little bit lower. And then inhale, pull yourself back up to a table. Keep the toes tucked. Lift your hips for downward facing dog. Relax your head and your neck. Shake your head yes and no a couple times, releasing any tension there. And then press your heels down towards the mat and find some movement here. Rocking up to the toes, pressing the heels back, rocking to the toes, heels back and down. Do whatever feels good in your body to wake up some of those bigger muscles, especially in the lower half. Breathe. And then look up, bend your knees, step to the top of your mat. Lift up halfway with a flat back, pull your belly to your spine, and exhale, lower all the way down, relax your head and your neck. Touch your chin to your chest, slowly roll all the way up, reach your arms high up over your head, touch your palms, and exhale, hands together at your chest. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, reach both arms high up to the sky. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. And as you exhale, lean up and over to the right. Full breath in. As you exhale, squeeze your butt and press your hips a little bit farther to the left. Inhale, come back up to the middle. Grab your right wrist. And as you exhale, lean to the left. Press your hips off to the right. Pull your belly to your spine. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhale, come back up to the middle. As you exhale, bend your elbows, open your arms really wide, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and open your hands really wide as well. Think about lifting your chest towards the sky. Squeeze your glutes. Full breath in. Full breath out, belly to spine. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Lift up halfway with a flat back. And as you exhale, put your hands down and step your right foot to the back of the mat. Drop your right knee. Inhale, lift your chest. Stack your shoulders right above your hips. And exhale, relax your shoulders. Right away, start to pull your left heel towards the back of the mat. Squeeze your glutes. Big breath in. And as you exhale, hook your left thumb to your left hip crease. Lift your chest, breathe in. And as you exhale, lean over to the left. Point your left elbow straight back. Sit a little bit lower in your front leg. And then slowly come back up to the top. Big breath in. And exhale, back bend. Lift your chest, bend your elbows, open your hands wide. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, both hands down. Sit your butt back towards your right heel and point your left toes straight up towards the sky. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and from your hips, fold forward any amount to feel that nice deep stretch through the back of the leg. Slowly come back forward, plant your hands, lift your back knee, and step back to a downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Shift forward to the top of a push-up. Keep your arms stacked right above your wrists, your belly into your spine. Shift forward to your toes and slowly lower to your stomach. Once you get flat on your mat, point your toes straight back and bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Roll your shoulder blades back towards one another. Press down through the tops of your feet. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, press down through your palms any amount to lift your chest. Full breath in, lift your chest. Exhale, lower elbows back down to the mat. Tuck your toes under. Full breath in, pull your belly to your spine. And as you exhale, lift your hips for forearm plank. Full breath in, full breath out. Drop your knees, press yourself back to child's pose. Full inhale, full exhale. Slowly rise up, reach your arms high up over your head. And as you exhale, bend back, press your hips forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right hand to your low back. Reach up and over to the right. Inhale, come back up to the middle. Left hand to your low back. Reach over to the left. Inhale, both hands back up to the middle. Exhale, come back into a tabletop position. Move your spine quite a bit. Move your head and your neck. Tuck your toes under, big full breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath and let it go. Inhale, lift your right leg high to the sky. And as you exhale, hamstring curl your right heel in towards your butt. Lift your right knee a little bit higher. Full breath in. And exhale, step your foot forward for a low lunge. Keep your back knee lifted. Inhale, lift your chest up. Full breath in. And as you exhale, tiny back bend. Bend your elbows, lift your chest. Inhale, come up. Exhale, both hands down. Step to the top of your mat. Lift up halfway with a flat back. Fold all the way forward. Relax your head and your neck. Touch your chin to your chest. Slowly roll all the way up. Reach your arms high up over your head. Hands down to your chest. Full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, bend back. Bend your elbows. Open your chest really wide. Inhale, rise up. Grab your left wrist. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, back to the middle. Grab your right wrist. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, back up to the middle. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Lift up halfway with a flat back. And as you exhale, put your hands down, step your left foot to the back of the mat, and drop your left knee. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Relax your shoulders. Pull your belly to your spine, and start to hamstring curl your right heel towards the back of the mat. Full breath in, and exhale, right hand to your right hip crease. Lean up and over to the right. Point your elbow tips straight back. Lengthen a little bit more through that left side. Breathe in. And then slowly come back up, both arms overhead. Lift your chest, fill up your lungs. And as you exhale, bend back, open your arms really wide, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, both hands down. Sit your butt back towards your left heel. Point your right toes straight up towards the sky. Roll your shoulder blades back. Full breath in, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward any amount. Full breath in and full breath out. Come back forward, hands on the mat, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee and step back to the top of a push-up. Shift your hips forward and then lift your hips high to the sky for downward facing dog. Move around here again, lifting high through the heels, pressing the heels down and back. And as you're ready, come back forward to your high plank, firm up your belly, and slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Point your toes straight back, elbows underneath your shoulders, palms flat. Full breath in, lift your chest, press through the tops of your feet. Exhale, press your palms down into the mat any amount. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, full breath in. Exhale, lower down to your elbows. Tuck all 10 toes under. Inhale, lift your belly. Exhale, lift your hips for forearm plank. Press your heels back. Drop your hips so there's a straight line from your heels to the top of your head, and press firmly down through your palms. Full breath in. Exhale, drop your knees. Press yourself back to a child's pose. If you want a little bit more stretch through your armpits, come up onto your fingertips and press your chest down to the mat. Full breath in. Full breath out. Slowly come back to a tabletop. Full breath in. Rise all the way up. And exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, fill your lungs. Exhale, bend back, lift your chest. Open up your arms wide. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, right hand to your low back. Lean over to the right. Inhale, back to the center. Left hand to your low back. Lean to the left. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, both hands down. Tabletop pose. Keep your toes tucked, hips high, downward facing dog. Relax your head and your neck. Inhale, lift your left leg, bend your left knee, and press your chest towards your leg. Release any air from your lungs. Pull your left heel towards your glutes and see if you can lift your left knee a little bit higher. Full breath in. Exhale, step your left foot forward for a low lunge. Keep your back knee lifted. Rise up. Stack shoulders over your hips. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, small back bend. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, both hands down. Step to the top of your mat. Take a full breath in, lift up halfway, and exhale all the way down. Relax your head and your neck. Touch your chin to your chest. Inhale, come all the way up. Full breath in. Exhale, hand to your chest. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reach your arms high up to the sky. Exhale, big back bend. Bend your elbows, open your palms wide. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, sit low into a chair pose. Press your hips back. Reach your arms forward. Interlace all 10 fingers behind the back of your head. More weight to your heels. Relax all 10 toes. Elbows out wide, shoulders down away from your ears. Instead of trying to press your ribs forward for a big back bend, pull your ribs into your body. Breathe and lengthen from the top of your head down through your tailbone. So focus on the longest spine you can instead of bending into your back. Full breath in, reach the elbows a little bit farther back. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Arms reach out in front, big breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step your right foot back, drop your right knee. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, left hand to your left hip, reach up and over. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sit back towards your right heel. Inhale, come forward. Lift your back knee. Step it back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward to high plank. Exhale, slowly lower to your belly. Hands underneath your chest. Lift as you inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lower to your elbows. Tuck your back toes. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lift your hips for forearm plank. Full breath in, full breath out. Now option to drop back to child's pose or lift your hips and walk your feet in a little bit closer towards your elbows for dolphin pose. Try to keep your legs as straight as can be. Relax your head and your neck. Take full breaths in, full breaths out. Relax your head and your neck. Inhale. Press firmly down through your palms as you exhale. Hug your belly into your spine. And maybe the feet walking a little bit closer. One more big breath in. And exhale, everybody come down to child's pose. Press your hips back to your heels. Press your palms down into your mat. Again, if you want a little bit more stretch through the sides of your arms, lift up through your palms and press your fingertips down into your mat. Full breath in, full breath out. Slowly lift yourself up, standing on your knees. Reach your arms high up overhead. Full breath in. Exhale, bend back. Lift your chest. Press your hips forward. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, both hands to your low back. So you can keep your toes pointing straight back, or you can tuck your toes under for just a little bit more stability. Roll your shoulder blades towards one another. Point your elbow tips straight back and pull your belly in. Right away, squeeze your butt. Start to press your hips forward and lift your chest up. Squeeze your elbow tips towards one another. Full breath in. Squeeze your butt as you press your hips forward any amount. Try not to strain too much through your neck. Breathe. Full breath in. Full breath out. Slowly come back up. Reach your arms high overhead and come back to a tabletop. Lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Full breath in and a full breath out. Completely relax your head and your neck. And as you're ready, inhale, lift your right leg high up towards the sky and hamstring curl your right heel in towards your glute. Lift your right leg a little bit higher, big breath in. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, lift your chest, rise up. Exhale, a little back bend. Open your heart really wide. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, both hands to your mat. Step up. Lift up halfway, take a big breath in. And exhale, fold all the way forward. Relax your head and your neck. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands at your chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend back. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, sit low into a chair pose. Reach your arms, reach more through your pinky fingers than through your thumbs, lengthening the back side of the arms. Interlace all 10 fingers behind your head. Open your elbows really wide. Pull your belly and your ribs in. Gently press your head against your hands and sit more weight back into your heels. Full breath in, relax all 10 toes. Exhale, sit your hips a little bit lower. Elbows a little higher. Shoulders down away from your ears. Big breath in. And as you exhale, arms reach forward. Hips high, hands down. Lift up halfway with a flat back. Hands down. Left leg steps back. Drop the left knee. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, right hand to your right hip. Lean to the right. Inhale, come back up to the center. And exhale, bend back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, sit back towards your left heel. Point your right toes straight to the sky. Lift your chest, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Come back forward. Plant your hands. Lift your back knee and step to a downward facing dog. Shift forward to a high plank. Inhale, lower to your belly. Exhale. Come up for Sphinx pose. If you want, straighten your arms or work towards straight arms. Lift your chest and pull your belly in. Really squeeze your butt and press down through the tops of your feet. Full breath in. Exhale back to the elbows. Tuck all 10 toes. Lift the hips for forearm plank. Adjust however you need to on your mat. Elbows right underneath your shoulders. Press the heels back. Pull the belly in. Relax the muscles in your face and your neck. And breathe. Full breath in. And as you exhale, either press back to child's pose or walk the feet in for our second set of dolphin pose. Continue to press down through your palms, keeping your hands and your elbows shoulder width apart. Relax your head and your neck. See if you can press your chest a little bit closer to your legs and walk your feet in any amount that you can. Breathe and release any tension in your jaw. Full inhales and full exhales. One more big round of breath in dolphin. Big inhale and exhale. Everybody press back to your child's pose. Again, if you want that stretch, lift up onto your fingertips. Full breath in and a full breath out. Press your chest down. Slowly rise all the way up. Tuck the toes under or keep the toes pointing straight back. Lift your arms. Big breath in. Exhale, bend back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Open up your chest. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, both hands to your low back. Situate yourself so that your knees are hip width distance apart. Toes tucked under for extra balance. Roll your shoulder blades in towards one another. Point your elbow tips straight back. Full breath in. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, press your hips forward. Lift your heart up. And release any tension in your neck. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. And a full breath out. Slowly come back up. Arms reach high overhead. Exhale, come down to your tabletop pose. Toes stay tucked. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. 4 rounds of breath. Release any tension in your head and your neck. Shake your head yes and no a couple of times. Full breath in and a full breath out. Pull your belly in towards your spine as you exhale. And again, release any tension in your head and your neck. When you're ready, inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. Full breath in. And as you exhale, hug your heel in towards your glutes. Lift your left knee a little bit higher. Press your chest towards your right leg. Breathe in. And as you exhale, step forward to a low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Arms reach. And exhale, bend back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, both hands down. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, slowly lower. Relax your head, your neck. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a full round of breath. Let it go. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And as you exhale, put your hands down. Sit down low for a squat and bring yourself to sit on your mat. Scooch around until you're in the center of your mat. Feet hip width distance apart and roll slowly down onto your spine. You might need to adjust yourself a little bit to make sure you're more in the center of your mat than towards the top or bottom. And again, brush your heels with your hands. So we're preparing for 2 rounds of bridge pose. Make sure your knees are hip width distance apart. So especially as we go up, try not to let your knees point out or come in towards one another. Place your palms face down on your mat and bring your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Full breath in, and as you exhale, press through your heels, lift your hips, and press down through your palms. So from here, you can use your heels to shift some of that weight to your shoulders so you're more evenly distributed instead of using the entire lower body. Press firmly down through the backs of your arms, your shoulder blades, and your palms. Then pull your belly button to your spine, squeeze your strong butt, and try not to let the knees go out wide. full breath in, and as you exhale, slowly lower down. Feet can go a little bit wider, knees come together for a little bit of release in the low back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Drop both of your knees to the right, keeping feet hip width distance or wider, and then drop both knees to the left. Then come back to the middle. One more bridge pose. Brush your heels with your middle fingers. Keep the knees hip width distance apart. First, drive through the heels to lift the hips. Then press firmly down through your triceps, the back of the arms, the shoulders, and the palms, and press down through the insides of the feet to keep the knees from opening away from each other. Squeeze your butt, pull your belly to your spine, full breath in, lift, and exhale, slowly lower down. Good, same exercise, knees together, feet apart. You can stay here or windshield wiper your knees from one side over to the other side of your mat, whatever feels most comfortable for your low back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So now you can stay here in this pose. You can work on another bridge pose if you like, or if you want to go into a bigger back bend, bigger heart opener, we're going to do a demonstration for wheel pose. So with wheel pose, the feet are the same placement, maybe a little bit farther down away from your hips to start, and the knees stay hip width distance apart. We're going to bring the hands right next to the ears, palms as flat as they can go, with the elbows pointing straight up. So wiggle around a little bit until you feel nice and secure in your placement of your hands and your feet. And same thing here with the elbows. Try not to let the elbows go out really wide or come in really close. The idea is that the elbows stay right in tight towards the ears. To start, we're going to push up from here onto the top of the head. So using the heels, press firmly down and situate yourself on the crown of your head. Here you can arrange your hands any amount that you need to. Maybe you can feel that your feet are a little too close, so you have to walk your feet out. Full breath in, driving through the heels. And if you're ready to move on, as you exhale, press firmly down through your palms. Now shift weight slightly forward. Keep pressing down through the insides of the feet and really drive down through the palms as well. Pull the belly in, release any tension in the neck, and you can play around with opening the shoulders a little bit more, shifting your chest forward and coming back, or you can lift up a little bit higher onto the toes, giving more space for the spine. Whatever feels good in your body. If your back is nice and open, maybe you can walk your feet in a little closer. Breathe. Full breath in and full breath out. Slowly coming down the same way you went in, dropping down onto your head first, adjusting your feet however you need to, and then slowly and safely lowering back down onto your mat. Come to a resting pose. Take any other movements that feel good for your low back. Shifting the knees from one side over to the other side. Rolling the hips from side to side. And then come to a resting pose. One hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, or arms down next to your sides. Either way, have a little bit of a lift in your chest. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Take any other movements that you need to before you can really settle into your final resting pose. Take a really big breath in, full breath out. One big inhale, exhale. One final large breath in and full breath out. Now just a nice natural breath, one you don't have to think about. Soften all the muscles in your body. Soften all the muscles in your face. Breathe. And do a quick scan of your body and just notice if there's any areas that are still holding any tension. Try to release and soften, and continue to breathe. Stay in your resting pose as long as you like, but as soon as you're ready, start to invite a little bit more intentional breath into your body by breathing deeper and exhaling a little bit more out to the bottom of your lungs. Invite a little bit of movement back into your body, first small and then getting a little bit bigger into the larger muscles and joints. And then take a full body stretch whenever you're ready. Reach your toes away from your fingertips, full big breath in, stretch. And exhale, relax your whole body. And bring your knees into your chest and rock from side to side first. Then however you need to get there, slowly press yourself to an upward seated position. However that feels comfortable for you. Rest your hands on your knees or down next to your sides or in your lap. Roll your shoulders out a couple of times. Sit up nice and tall. And bring your hands together in the middle of your chest. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, bring your thumbs up between your eyes. Fill up your lungs. And as you exhale, bow forward to honor and to end your yoga practice. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.